guys, Rick Shaw here. It's the 13th of September 2021, and I wanted to show these things again one more time. These things I bought. Okay, see that? Okay, I'm gonna go out here because it's kind of noisy. But I bought those mainly because of the wind. There was we get a good breeze coming through the house if the doors are open, and I was having to close the kitchen door to cook sometimes because the breeze that really blows through here. So I bought those as kind of like a windscreen, and they work perfect at it. We had a pretty good breeze coming through, and they worked great. But there's some added benefits. The first one I noticed right off the bat was those grates that I have on there now. Some of my pans slip very easily. My big aluminum bottomed ones, like my pots and stuff, they don't, but the pans, the lighter pans, they seem to want to slip, and you can knock them off the stove. That's how slippery it is. So that made them so they stick. It's harder to move them, so that was a benefit. And the other benefit I noticed, we can use a lot less heat. So you guys here in the Philippines, these things are under $1 at Lazada, and it'll save you on the propane big time. Now I have two more that I bought for our burner. I have a cook stove. I did a review on that cook stove quite a while ago. Yeah, it's a good one. It's got 3 burners, a little tiny one and 2 big ones. And we have it set up so we can use it outside. And it's a good stove, don't get me wrong. It's well made. Looks like it's going to last a hell of a long time. We used it for a while, but it's a gas hog. When we were doing our month after month after month for years, we were getting within a day or so of 6 weeks out of our previous ones. And then I saw this one at the store. I said, boy, this is a real nice one. Instead of having to buy one every couple of years because they rot out, I'm going to get this one. It's cast. Everything's heavy duty in there. We'll have it for a while. Well, we got cut down to 1 month. We lost 2 weeks on the propane tanks, and we were surprised. It works good, and it's definitely set up for Filipinos because they like to use high heat. This thing will really blast out. It's like a turbo thing. And if you go back on some of the old cooking videos when I was in Carmona, you'll see it. It's a nice stove, and we'll have it for outside to use. When we had the birthday party, they were using it outside to cook with. I didn't have these little burner things on it, so they had it sitting on the ground. We have a really big wok, and some of the girls were cooking a lot of stuff, so that's kind of cool. It worked pretty good. But look into those if you're here. It'll definitely cut your propane. Our stove that we have now is very efficient on the propane. It's just good because I got that pencil burner I always wanted. I don't like to cook things super fast. Another thing we do here to save on the propane is pressure cooker. We have that pressure cooker, and it really helps out, and we use it quite a bit on a lot of things if we're going to be doing on the stove. There's some things you just can't use a pressure cooker on, but there's a lot of things you can. So, but you can pick those up pretty good prices here. They got a lot of aluminum ones real cheap. I don't like to use aluminum if I can help it, but they have stainless ones. I got a really nice stainless one at Lazada, which was a really good price, and a big one because I use it for a lot of things, spaghetti noodles and stuff like that. I'd like to have a smaller one. I'd like to have another smaller one we could use on the back burner for stuff. And we're always looking for ones. We were out just yesterday, and we were at the Robinson's Mall here, and we found, and I couldn't get it this month, but I found a really nice stainless screened colander instead of these plastic ones that are busting all the time. And they're double duty. You can use them, turn them upside down over your food that's sitting on the table to keep the flies off. So they always come in handy. They were really quality made. stainless, and I told my sweetie, hey, when we come back, I'd like to get a couple of these, because we bought some cheap plastic colanders. We don't really use them that much for straining. I have a good heavy duty plastic one that's been doing duty for quite a while in the house. But these cheaper ones, you pour hot water through them, and within a few days they get a break. One of the little tines breaks off of them. They just can't take the heat. Bad plastic. But we use them for bug shields. We have a unfolding umbrella too, because you do get a lot of flies, and it was the same like in the States. I remember different places I lived, lots of flies. But here we're very fortunate. There's not a big mosquito problem. Morning. Not a big mosquito problem at all. Flies we have quite a bit. This same like Carmona. The flies will come in, but we want to do screens. I want to do screens on the house and try to keep things closed up, but it's really tough when your sweetie goes and just pops all the windows open. Even in the mornings when it's cold, when we're still under cover, she'll pop all the windows and they don't need to open yet. But a lot of flies. We have fly papers and them sticky things. I actually put a fly paper on the table the other morning, and my daughter, she was counting the flies on it, and just a matter of a couple minutes we had like 14. But the dang things seem to come in a group, and once they stick on the fly paper, then they're done for that day. It's not like, it's like they're a gang that come in. It's not like they just keep coming all day. Morning, guys. But guys are getting ready to go. Early morning on Monday, so they're getting working. Some of the guys were working here yesterday. I had the kids out. We were bike riding yesterday quite a bit. Between the rains, it's just ridiculous, the dang rains. But it's nice though. It's nice and cool this morning. It's not bad at all. I'm loving it. We went and got an extra propane tank. We saw a fella down at Padre Garcia. He was selling the tank and full with 11 kilograms in it, and I was like, okay, cool. I saw the price, and then I said, I'm going to get that this month. And then the dude who delivered, he delivers right to the house. He's right up the road. He says, I can beat that. I'll beat that by 500. So he saved us 500 pesos, and we got a tank. And this one was filled with more. It was heavier. Sometimes when you get your propane, guys, watch out. Watch out for these guys to deliver. Pick up the tank. You can tell ones that aren't quite filled. I got burned on that when I first got here. They'll drive around with their tanks in their thing, and if they can get away with it, they'll sell one that's barely full, half full, 3/4 full. And they're pocketing that extra money and charging you full price. So be careful of that. And like I say, I ran into it. My wife, she can pick them up and know. But you just talk to them. They'll go get you a heavy one. That's why I don't like to let them bring it in the house. When they want to bring it in and hook it up, it's because they're grabbing a light one. And trust me, guys, they do it all the time. And it's been universal. The guys who bring it, they'll do that. And I'll say, no, put it down. I'll take it. And then you pick it up. Nah, this is a light one. And they just grab it right back, go back to their cart and get another one, because they'll get rid of it on some other unsuspecting person. So, but my sweetie was out here. She's cleaning up the garden. We had a lot of stuff. She bought some seeds yesterday when we were at the mall at this Japanese store. Hope they grow and they're not too old. But I gave our Christmas tree the first watering. It's a very, very nice little tree. That's going to be our Christmas tree. We're early. We got our Christmas tree up in September. Kids love it though. They really dig it. So we saw that at the mall. It was like 700 pesos, $14. So I thought, okay, that's nice. It's got a nice plot, plenty of dirt. We won't have to change it around. And as of now, it'll fit in there good. As it gets bigger and grows, this area right here, I'd like to bring the wall up. I'd like to bring the wall up to here, so at least we have a place to sit, and then just make a pathway here and bring the wall up here so we can still plant stuff. But I'd like to put the Christmas tree there. I have electric right here in the corner, as you can see right there. There's my little electric stub up, so that I can have a Christmas light or something on the tree. That was my whole plan on this. But they wanted too much money to, the people who built it, they wanted too much money to put a few blocks up there and close that in so we could have like a raised bed. So we'll just do it ourselves. I might even do it myself personally. Shouldn't be too tough. I can get some blocks, blocks really cheap next time they deliver. Hey, give me 20 blocks or something like that. And we'll put it in, pour a little footer. I've done plenty of that. I actually helped a guy years ago. He was building a block house, and I helped them with that. I helped him put the footer in. He was a block dude, and he didn't want to build a basement or anything. He said, that's what he did, and we built his house. Just not a real high ceiling. He was a short fella. He was only about, I'd say, 5'4" tops. And he didn't even want 8-foot ceilings in his house. He wanted 7, so he could reach the light bulbs with a ladder. He was retiring, and it was going to be his retirement home. I did all the electric and plumbing for him. I had one of my other buddies come in and do the heating, and he needed it because it was Midwest, and they don't. Block is not efficient on the cooling, so he wound up putting an inner wall. And we ran all the, 2x4 inner wall on this block home. And we separated, the way we did it was we separated the 2x4s, used what do they call it, a 6-inch plate down on the bottom with 2x4s, and then staggered them so that what the drywall was attached to on the inner part of the house wasn't touching the cold block. So try to get him some kind of R value. And then he went with a boarded, it was like a boarded foam, which I had never seen before, but he's still living there. When I was back in 2016, I went in to visit him. He's getting up there, he's really getting up there, but he's still living there. Had lost his wife. Not a big house. I think it was 30 feet long by 24 deep is how big he made it, and just like a big studio thing, just going to be for him and me. When I go in there, you got to watch out for ceiling fans. Give myself a haircut, but the block's pretty good. It's not too hard to put block in. I think I could handle that. Some of these guys do. These guys, you watch these block guys working, and they really get that block up there. They do a pretty nice job. These crews that they're having. So, but I'm going to go ahead and let you go. It's a beautiful day. It's a little bit hazy right now. Last night, overnight, we had a really big fog. Remember that movie, The Fog? We had a really big fog to where you could just barely see the streetlights down on the end. We were definitely in the clouds. My wife thought it was a volcano or something. It was so thick, but everything's soaking wet this morning from that. But it's going to burn off. You can already see the sun's going to burn this off. So I'm going to let you go, and this is Rickshaw House.